What is up? Tyler of Weekly Metal Reviews here with an album review this time of the band Haken entitled The Mountain. This came out September 2nd, I believe, on Inside Out Music. It's their third album. And I have to say, I really have to thank Cover Killer because he reviewed this. He talked so highly about it. I listened to it, and I am absolutely blown away by this record. During this video, I'm going to try to describe and just talk about how great this album is. I haven't been floored by an album in a long time. Like, just completely fucking floored. I know I gave a 10 out of 10 to Ever Black from the Black Dahlia Murder and I believe Killswitch Engage's new albums. And I was pretty fucking impressed by those records. But they didn't floor me. They didn't just make me sit back and go, wow. You know? This album does. So, right away, this is a high candidate for Album of the Year. Holy shit. I mean, this album starts off with the song The Path, and it just comes in with this beautiful piano. And beautiful piano is found throughout on this album. It just adds so much to the experience. I'm one that does not really dig keyboards or piano too much in music. Like, I just think keyboardists are just a little, sometimes gimmicky. You know, I don't really dig it. But here, it just adds so much to it. It makes it so much more powerful. And I just love it. So it starts off with The Path, and it's just such a beautiful song. And then it gets into the song, my personal favorite, The Atlas Stone. And oh my god, I was floored when this song played, when it came on. And just, I almost can't describe the feelings and emotions that this album gives you. It really, like, sometimes I say an album really immerses you in the experience. It really captures you. There's no album out there, at least this year, that will capture you as much as The Mountain does from Haken. When the chorus comes in The Atlas Stone, I'm just, it's so breathtaking when, you know, Ross Jennings, the vocalist, says, carry the weight on my shoulders. Just the way he says that is just mesmerizing. And that is just one of what feels like thousands of moments on this record that just really just blow you away. Then the next track, which probably I can see people digging the most, and I really don't blame them, it's definitely a very strong highlight on this record, and that is Cockroach King. So this song starts off with this very awesome, heavy, kind of groovy guitar, just a very nice down, down, dun, dun, down, you know, very heavy guitar riff, and that's what I love about this. This album, they don't rely too much on one thing. One thing doesn't stand out more than the other. Everything just goes together like this. It is so perfect. It's like your charger fitting into your iPod, your iWall thingy, the iWall, whatever. It just goes in as flawlessly as that, and that's what I love. Nothing sticks out more than anything else. The vocals, they'll have their moments. The guitars have their moments. The drums have their moments. The keyboards have their moments. It's all there. And so Cockroach King starts off with this very heavy guitar and then just stops and breaks into this very amazing, well-written vocal passage that I've never heard anything like it in progressive music or metal, really. And it's just, I can't even describe it. It's a vocal passage where the vocals are just kind of going back and forth, and it's so catchy. I just get it stuck in my head all the time. And that's another thing I love about this album. Everything is instantly memorable. Everything you just want to get back to. It's like when you watch a very great movie, or you play an amazing video game. When you know instantly this is a classic. You know, the first time maybe you watched The Lord of the Rings or The Dark Knight or something. The first time you played Halo or God of War or something. Now, I know there are different forms of entertainment than music is, but that's what I feel about this album, you know? I still remember those moments when I played those games or watched certain movies that I was just, wow, I won't ever forget this for years to come. That's how I feel about this album. This is one of the most unique and original albums I think I've ever heard, and definitely recently. It really I just feel it just opens the doors, and it's just so, it's just like when it's summer or spring or something, and you open the windows in your house and let this fresh air in, and all of a sudden your day is better. You feel better, and that's how I feel about this when it comes to in terms of metal. This is just it's opening a window, and it just feels so much better. You know, I just never heard anything really like this. But I have to say, though, if you like Opeth, I can really see you digging this band and this record. There's no growls found on this album, which I could care less. I mean, Ross Jennings' vocal performance is above and beyond almost anything out there in my mind. He is an amazing vocalist. It just feels like the pitch on this record is perfect. The way he says things, the patterns that he uses, it's just amazing. And there's just some very awesome vocal parts, such as Cockroach King, like I was talking about. The song, because it's there. That song, I felt like I was listening in the beginning. Felt like I was listening to Gregorian chant or something. You know, it was very cool. It was very beautiful to listen to, and there's so many moments on here that are just so beautiful and seriously are breathtaking. It's just, how did they come up with that? I just feel it's musical genius going on this record. What the fuck was I gonna say? Lyrically, this album is just masterful. I just feel that it just creates so many pictures in your mind. It just really, really just encompasses so many emotions, and it's just fantastic. It seriously is. Now, when it comes to the guitars, I feel the guitar work is amazing. There is some seriously killer riffs, some killer solos on here, just some very strange things going on, but that's progressive metal. You know, there's some very strange things. Arguably, progressive metal can be the most unique and original metal out there. You look at Devin Townsend, you look at, I don't know, you look at Opeth or something. Very original metal in my mind. This band, this album is no different. And sometimes the guitars can be so fucking heavy too. It's there's one part on this album, I forget which song, but it's like they're using 8 strings. I believe they are using 8 strings, and it's just so low and just so heavy. I loved it. The drumming performance on here by Raymond Hamey, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, is superb. Just absolutely superb. Interesting to listen to. Just like keyboards to me, I'll say this. Sometimes as a guitarist, which I play guitar, you know, I pay attention to the guitar more than the drums. And when drums really stand out to me is when I just think it's a great drum performance. And that's what occurs on this record. The song Somebody, the final track, just blows my mind every time I listen to it. What are some other really good ones? Because It's There, Falling Back to Earth is so catchy and so great. This is a very, you know, how should I put this? This is an emotional album. This is a beautiful album. This is a fun album to listen to. This album goes very quickly, and before you know it, it'll be over. Because why? Like I was saying earlier, you just get so sucked into it. It's seriously an amazing experience. And that's what I think is so great about this album. It is an experience. I feel I usually hate when people are this biased and say stuff like this. And it really bothers me, but I feel if you're a fan of progressive metal, or fuck it, if you're a fan of music in general, you are missing out. You are messing up if you don't listen to this album. I hate when people do that, but I'm gonna do it with this one just because I feel so strongly about it, and I just really, really, really want people to listen to this album, because I had the feeling that they will be floored exactly like I am, exactly like Cover Killer was if you watched his review. If not, check it out. Um, I'm just, I'm at a loss for words every time I listen to this album. I've, you know, when I'm in school, my class is 4.5 hours long. We're working on the computer a lot, and I sit there and I listen to music, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna listen to this album. I've listened to this album every day for about the past week, and I just can't stop listening to it. I come home, I listen to it. It is seriously amazing. I'm as soon as I turn this camera off, I'm gonna go buy this shit because I really have to. And so that's about all I have left to say. Seriously, check this album out. When I say check an album out, I really want you to. But when I say it right now, I really want you to. So please check this out. I'm gonna give this album 10 out of 10. It is seriously one of the front runners for album of the year, and I won't be surprised if it takes it. This is an amazing experience. This is a review of Haken's The Mountain. Check it out. Thanks for watching and subscribing as always. We really appreciate every single one of our subscribers. There's lots of huge stuff coming up for the rest of the year. Lots of changes that will be made eventually. And thanks for watching.